expectations of FSW were that it would be difficult because it was a collegiate high school and basically you had to do the freshman and sophomore year in 1 year. So I know it would be a lot of work. And when I got here, I was right, there was a lot.
So from an academic standpoint, there are other programs out there. There are IB programs, there are AP capstone programs, but I don't think any of them have the ability to provide full-time dual enrollment, and that's unique I think in our district. It's actually unique in any school that I've ever heard of before I encountered FSW, and being a parent of triplets, that certainly was a fascinating aspect of the school.
I expected the workload to be very heavy, and I would spend a lot of my hours after school doing homework, which is true. There is a lot of work, but the teachers are very nice and willing to help you.
It was a lot of teacher input, a lot of teacher get your work done, get your work done. Here, I think the kids the onus was on them. Yeah. They had to be the ones going after their learning.
Yeah, definitely. And for Joshua, I know it's helped him to embrace that he's had to be more organized, much more than he was at middle school. So he definitely had to, like Elsa said, take more ownership of just getting his work done.
Once first, second week started to set in, I realized that it's a very fast-paced school and that you really need to keep in charge of yourself, keep account of yourself and your assignments, and you can't just go by with the bare minimum.
The school, they expect a lot of you, which it drives you to be better, but it is difficult because some weeks are very easy and other weeks they just pile the loads onto you. One week we had multiple tests and essays due at once, which it has something to do at the end of the quarter, but definitely the amount of things that you have to do and assignments, it adds up.
Yeah, another struggle is learning how to not procrastinate, because procrastinating, everyone does it for the most part, and you can't procrastinate at the school or you'll lose a lot of sleep.
I faced many struggles at the collegiate high school because I put so much stress and pressure on myself to do well in all of my schoolwork, but I learned how to manage it.
Important when you have a student here that it is a team effort as a family. While the child may be the one that's going to school and putting in the daily work, at home the parent has a certain amount of responsibility in terms of support. There's going to be times that they're going to be discouraged and they're going to need somebody to encourage them. There might be a time that they need to stay after school to be with a teacher to figure something out. They're going to need you to pick them up later than normal, and so they need that support, and I would think that would be kind of all of us together in it.
Yes.
A struggle for me was getting used to the fast pace and then having to learn all this stuff quickly and having all these big tests randomly, but the reward was, once you get used to that struggle, it all just feels natural. Learning feels natural, talking to students feels natural. You feel like as a person you continue to grow more, whereas in other high school you might feel like restricted to an extent.
Some of my struggles is that I do procrastinate often and I get distracted very easily. So I didn't always get my work in on time, though I did most of the time, and that sort of caused my grades to suffer, but I was able to get back on track.
I'm not really much of a math person from the start, especially coming to this school where everything is much more fast-paced. It was even more of a struggle for me. But the teachers here and everybody's so cooperative. They all want to help, they all want to see you be successful, and once you just accept that, once you start putting in the extra effort, you come to tutoring, you stay after class, you do the extra problems, it all pays off. Once you get that 100 or that A or that 90, you feel amazing. You see yourself evolve, you see yourself become this better person than where you started off, and it's just incredible to see the transformation that this school has had on me.
Being a part of the #1 school in the state is rewarding enough. Here I made a lot of friendships who have the same academic priorities as I do.
I think my personality and my opinions of things have really matured over the time that I've been here at FSWC. I feel more confident and more challenged and receptive.
If I was having a discussion with my child, you know, one thing that you definitely have to get is buy-in from the kid. That this is something that they want to go after and pursue, because it is challenging. And if you have that buy-in, and then you're willing to support your kid, then this is a great opportunity. I mean, I mean, that's why when we were talking earlier, I was so surprised that so many people didn't even know about it. And so, for me, I feel like this has been a blessing for our family. But yeah, I would just say to really talk through, you know, hey, what does your child want to do? What do they want? And maybe they don't know, I don't know, but if they do, make sure that they have buy-in, because if you come here and you don't have that buy-in, it's gonna be challenging for them, and they are not. It's gonna be harder for them to be successful if they don't see this as a way to achieve their goal. So that's what I'm, just make sure that this aligns with their goal.
Rigor at the collegiate high school level is the following items. It's to critically think. It's to work in a team. It's to meet deadlines. It's to be organized. It's to be able to answer a tough question that you may see on the street that you don't really need your textbook to. It's, you know, we try to relate it to the outside. We have 2 years to do this. The student has to be ready for 11th and 12th grade because they're at a faster pace, it's at a higher rigor, and it's a college level.
Every day at the collegiate high school, you find people working to learn and learning to lead. And the net sum of that is, over time, kids have great opportunities for their future. The combination of a high school diploma, an AA degree, deliberate focus on the soft skills of critical thinking, communication, and collaboration, they can make such a big difference in how kids go forward. I hope you take the time to check us out and let us answer your questions.